Capes and conundrums. A blast of lightning slams into the barrier between them, and the villain starts laughing. Yes, Hades, yes, flee before the power of Zeus. Ha 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 ha. Love his sense of style, hate the aggression. One of the tourists who had gotten into the test's first run notes. She got all the way to the end and had loved every second of it. It turns out that a Dzedan huntsmistress revisiting one of her old favorites was a shoo-in for the tests. I know, right? Have you seen the muscles on him? One of the local level 4 girls says with a bit of a giggle as she peeks out of cover. She and the huntress are serving as distraction as a third girl is going around to unplug the delusional villain. I've got to get my husband one of those. What's it called? A toga? The huntress notes before she dashes from one bit of cover to another to draw more attention. Flee! Flee! Aha-ha! Maxi Zeus calls out before there's a sudden fizzle to his lightning thrower. What? What trickery is this? Have the Cyclopses been attacked? There's a shout of pain and shock as the lightning thrower is abruptly plugged back in, and Maxi gets a face full of lightning. The actor playing the part gives an extra little turn, so he falls on his side and not his face when he collapses. All right, tie him up. With cuffs, not with silk, and let's see if we can get information out of him when he wakes. The huntress says, as she stands up and takes command of the situation. On it! Her youngest daughter says, and she quickly has Maxi Zeus strung up and hanging upside down from the ceiling. Off the goods! The unconscious criminal mutters, and the huntsmistress's daughter snatches back her hand. A little more respectful, Megala. He's cute, but he's on the clock, dearie. The huntmistress chides. Also remember that we're being recorded for a highlights of the day to be played in public. Don't want to be caught touching a man inappropriately. The local girl reminds her, and the young Dzedan winces a bit. Calm down, not mad. Back in character in 3, 2, 1. The undaunted that's been tied up says before, seemingly jerking awake. What? What? Hades, how dare? The criminal's rant is cut off when a black chitinous hand grabs the top of his head. Zeus, we don't have time for this. What have you done with Firefly? She demands, and Maxi scowls at her. Prometheus? The traitorous Titan? The wretched thief? He thought to escape his punishment, but he is back where he belongs, with his guts soon to be devoured by the eagle as he deserves, Maxi Zeus declares, and gets a punch to the gut by Megala. You're a speedbag, Zeus. Where did you tie him down? Where he deserves. Where he escaped from. Mount Caucasus, Zeus declares, and there's a quick check as the huntmistress checks the map of the city. It's modified and shows different names for places. For instance, the divide between the large ash field that indicates it as a pair of ash seas. Caucasus is between 2 seas, which means he's in this part of the city, likely on a roof. We need to go before whatever twisted thing he's constructed eats Firefly alive, she states, and after calling in Zeus as contained, they all rush off and the feed cuts. Well, that was fun, Maxi notes as he easily slips out of the bonds and rubs his stomach. She's got a good cross for a little thing. I didn't even feel any axiom in that. Are we too late? Someone asks, and he turns to see another tourist. Yes and no, give me a minute to reset the scene, please. The last people here just left. You might have even seen them on their way out. Just a minute or two, please. Maxi says as he quickly starts rushing around. Mom, look! Megala says as they land on a roof. 3 roofs down is a plume of fire reaching the sky as someone screams in fury. Well, we found Firefly, her mother notes, and they quickly move. The madman is tied to an altar with chains and has just enough movement to try and ward off a mechanical eagle that's thoroughly unbothered by the fire, but still slowly advancing. Is it wrong that this is kinda hot? Megala says, and her mother slowly turns to her. What? That pun was awful, she says. Now come on, We don't want to lose pace with the locals, do we? First things first. The fire needs to be stopped shortly, followed by the bird. Preferably both at once. There's a bit of putting their heads together and a plan is hashed out. Local girl, her name is Echo Song, is going to go after the robotic bird. Megala takes care of the flamethrower, and Mother is going to help whoever needs it, but would be very happy to see them both do well alone. An invisible trio of night black hands grab the flamethrower and pull it out of Firefly's grip, even as something slams into the mechanical eagle. Both dangerous machines are surprisingly delicate and fall apart after just a few moments of attention, and a larger, much more dangerous black figure appears over Firefly, applauding with all four hands. "Oh, very well done, children. This is turning out to be such good fun," the huntsmistress says happily. "Now, anything you'd like to tell us, little man? For a level 4 challenge, this seems a little lacking." "Boss battle!" Firefly exclaims before the altar he's on suddenly collapses and he's launched into the air on his jetpack. Little tubes pop out of his bracers and reveal that he has 2 more flamethrowers on him. "Ah ha ha ha! Love it!" the huntsmistress exclaims as she vanishes, and the 2 younger participants dive for cover from the first sweep of the flames. "I'll be waiting in the wings in case you girls need help. Do Mama proud." "We don't even know her." "Megala, play nice with your new friend," the huntsmistress chastises her daughter. "Sorry," Exosong says. "Wait, why are you apologizing?" Megala asks. "Hello? Forget someone?" Firefly interrupts as he launches fireballs at their hiding places. Both of them abandon the heat-filled shelters they stuck behind. "Oh no, no place to hide." With that, there's a layer of burning napalm over every obvious hiding place as the pyromaniacal madman laughs. "That's right, Bat. Tonight you burn." "Think you can hide yourself from the glory that is the god of gods? Think again," a new Maxi Zeus cosplayer suddenly announces, and a spear wreathed in enough electricity to make it look like a lightning bolt streaks down to where the huntsmistress is standing invisibly. The electrical attack is caught in one hand, passed to another. A third points right at him, even as she fades into view, and she blows a kiss with her fourth, even as she lets fly with the lightning spear. It crashes into the crane the delusional madman is standing on, and it rocks, but the man merely reaches into his modified golf bag and pulls out another. "I fear not the strength of the skies, for it is mine." Oh, this is getting good. "You girls play nice with the light bug. I've got a bug zapper to face," the huntsmistress says before she hops to the side to avoid another lightning spear and then leaps towards him. His retaliatory attack is dodged when she manifests an axiom shield in midair and bounces off it to adjust her momentum. "So how's it going out there?" Robin asks as he looks over an Overwatch's shoulder. He was tending to the only level 4 series of missions and gets a bit of an elbow to the side for getting too close. "Pretty good so far. The equipment is just effective enough to feel dangerous, but is 90% axiom illusion. A low-power taser has more energy than those lightning spears. Our Zeus player is tossing around, and there's maybe enough heat to light a cigarette from our Firefly boy," Overwatch says. "So what's the story?" "No real story, just a lot of crazy as a pair of elemental idiots are up to shenanigans. Not everything is a big mystery. Sometimes it's just a brawl. When you get the crocodile in its lair, it's just a mosh pit at that point." Overwatch states as Firefly starts shooting fireballs rapid-fire style and failing to hit anything but the roof. Sometimes he even misses the roof. Meanwhile, Maxi Zeus is trying to ward off the huntsmistress by swinging his lightning spear at her like a baseball bat. Well, it's a flashy show of that I cannot deny. But do you think they've caught on to the hints? They need to stop playing around with the actors and pin them so they can start going through their pockets for more than just a feel. Overwatch remarks. "I think they may be too polite for that. Big Mama there already scolded her daughter for getting handsy, so they might not actually go through the pockets," Robin notes. "A good point. Now shut up for a second," Overwatch says before leaning forward and activated the microphone. Gents, I need you to draw attention to the clues in your pockets for the next part of the plan. I think they may be too polite to go through them. Crash and burn, Firefly calls out to signify he got the message. All shall bow before the God of Gods. Maxie sends out his confirmation code. Nice, Robin notes before checking his pocket as his communicator goes off. Okay. I see they approved my suggestion. Yes, they did, Robin notes. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get into my candy corn best. Overwatch just snorts in amusement at that description of a Deathstroke outfit. Ha, Maxie Zeus says, fumbling at something in his pocket. Nearly lost that. Ares is no fool. However, his plan eludes me. Oh? The huntsmistress asks in an interested tone before she rushes forward, and he takes a swing only for it to go right through an illusion, and he's grabbed by the shoulders, and there's a fist in the small of his back, stopping him from struggling as another goes through his pocket. Oh, naughty little Gotti. You've been scheming. Little Gotti, no, you can't be. The primordial Nyx, mistress of the night. Nyx? Oh, I like that. You're adorable and overacting adorably as well. I can see how hard it is for you not to laugh. She says, pocketing the clue before putting a hand over his face. Laugh away, I won't let my daughter and her new friend hear it. You can break character. It takes him about 10 seconds to get it all out, before nodding appreciatively even as his hands are expertly bound to confirm the win. Good job. How are you liking this so far? Oh, this is fun, adorable, and I am going to be buying a copy of the files. I can see the cameras and I want a cut for the family to laugh over. She says, 20 credits. Give me a moment to dig out the communicator and I'll give you the number. Maxie says as he quickly gets out of the binders and pulls out his device and then taps it against hers. Thank you kindly, she says, before she turns her head to watch as Echosong tackles into Firefly from above, and Megala hefts his arms apart with her upper arms and begins going through his pocket with her lower ones, even as her tail anchors her to the roof. Hey, that's wonderful. It can be so hard to get the children used to using all their limbs. A tragic side effect to growing up surrounded by so many races with less limbs. You learn so much by playing with others, and too many girls just consider all the limbs on one side to equate just one arm and one leg. Never mind the mighty tail we have. To be fair, you're also down eyes. The whole top of the head does that job, little godling. She informs him and he shrugs. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Either way, on to the next part. Yes, it is fun to know this was a distraction. What do you think is next? Maxie asks, even as the girls down below confirm the win by cuffing Firefly. Oh, I'll keep that to myself, she says. I know what it is. I'm confirming if you know or not. Then what is it? I'm not going to tell that. Well, you have fun with that, she says, patting him on the top of the head and leaping away to join her daughter and the local friend she had made. Meanwhile, the Maxie cosplayer is left wondering in just what way he's being spoken down to. He gives up and just exhales for a bit, before snickering a bit. He'd been told that Dzeden women had an interesting sense of humor, but it was another thing entirely to run into it. After the three leave for the next part of their little journey, he uses an axiom marking on his sheath to summon back all the lightning spears to it. It was a big, flashy toy, but in the end, licking a AA battery might cause more of a shock. He has 10 minutes before the next group shows up, 2 Feli, a local Sonier, and an Apuk that was outright treating Firefly's flamethrower like a water gun. He draws back his first spear and lets out a cry. The mighty Zeus cannot be defeated!